स्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयम् करुणालयम् नमामि भगवत्पादम् शङ्करम् लोकशङ्करम् शङ्करम् शङ्कराचार्यम् केशवम् बादरायणम् सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः गुकारो अन्धकारो वैरुकारस्तन्निवर्तकः अन्धकारनिरोधित्वात् गुरुरित्यभिधीयते। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः सुष्ठुवांसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यतायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृत्तश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्ठनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Last week we have gone through a very important verse of the Māṇḍūkya kārikā connected with the Māṇḍūkya Upaniṣad. One of the beautiful work of Gaudapada Acharya, this verse. Even though all around the world the truth is misidentified or misunderstood by the people, and this truth is being conditioned by them in a name and form. Sometimes any one of the form of the creation. This is called partial view or partial vision regarding the truth. For example, if we keep a deity and we are committed and devoted to this deity, this is called partial view, partial vision. From the standpoint of reality, every name and form are identical with the Brahman. They are non-separate with the Brahman. So, for the knower of the truth, he don't see any disrespect towards the form which are being connected for these partial viewers. Any form is identical to Brahman. He sees the same value for each and every name and forms. So, there is no need of correction of anybody in the world. We need not to correct anybody regarding their views. We are not here to correct anybody in this world. We need not to convert anybody to our religion. We need not to do any deliberate attempt for their understanding. We don't disagree with them. We don't enter into an argument with them. We don't like to put pressure on them to correct their view. Because we know that their views are identical to our Brahman or the reality. And when they get the right time in this world, they may come to the real knowledge and they will know whatever I have continued in my life is only a part of the reality. But this is not the time for them. Everybody has their own time. We need not to put pressure to correct them, and they are not ready to correct their own vision. A believer of Islam will totally stick with the rules and regulations of the Islam. Nothing wrong on that. A believer of Christianity will stick with the rules and regulations and the dogmas of the Bible of Christianity. Nothing wrong on that. Because Jesus and Muhammad are not separate entities from Brahman. Any name and form is non-separate from Brahman. So we are not interested to correct anybody in the world. This being so, we emphasize in the correction through our teachings and our lifestyle. When I say teaching, you will not take your scripture and go to their own institutions and teach or preach them. We teach those who are right in front of us due to their prarabdha, due to their maturity. That's all. Instead of arguing with somebody, we just correct the knowledge through our teachings. We just part our knowledge through our teachings. And also, the form which they are connected or devoted or committed, that form will appear in their life. And it will help them, it will protect them, it will support them in their needs, because they see the God is in the form which they are connected. If you believe in Lord Krishna rather than Brahman, the Lord will appear in the form of Lord Krishna to protect you. It is not the ultimate human goal, but it is one milestone in the path of human goal. Because you are a devotee, at least. And in the right time, due to the blessings of that own entity which you believe, you will track yourself to the right position. And you will correct your own misunderstandings. And you will get the right knowledge. This is what the essence of this verse which we studied in the last class. Yam bhavam darshayet yasya tam bhavam satu pashyati. Tam cha asavadi, tam cha avadi bhutva, tam cha avadi sa bhutva asav tadgrahas samupaiditam. In which form you are connected, that form will help you, protect you, support you, and the overlord, Brahman, will take the desired form and it will help you. It will appear in your life in the form of blessings and the things and results. And it will take to you to the right position in course of time. This is the gist of the last verse which we studied in the last class. May one go through the teachings of the last class in the YouTube channel, etc. Because one of the greatest verse ever seen in the kārikā. Now we will come to the next verse today. Verse number 30 in the second section of kārikā, Vaithatya Prakarana. Etairesho pratak bhavaihi prathak eveti lakshitaha evam yo veta tattvena kalpayetso vishankitaha. Once more I will read. Etairesho pratak bhavaihi prathak eveti lakshitaha evam yo veda tattvena kalpayetso vishankitaha. Apratak bhavaihi, names and forms which are non-separated, which are non-separate from the reality. All the names and forms in the world and which are being taken as their deity or as their lord by different schools of thoughts, scholars, legends, etc., etc. They think that it is the only entity who is the protector and who is the creator of the world. In reality, there is no name and form for the creator, but they believe. Human mind is conditioned. It is limited. It can only see a limited view of anything. There is no axis other than the scripture to view the unlimited Brahman. But their teachings from their teacher, who is also having a limited view regarding the truth, and he got some results through this limited view, according to the last verse, that in which form you believe, that form will bless you in the right time. So this teacher got already some blessings by believing this partial vision of the reality. So he will teach his followers, or she will teach her followers, that this vision is the creator of the universe. And it is, for them, it is not connected with the Brahman. Because if they come to know Brahman is the Sarvajnan, Sarvashaktiman, all-knowing entity and who is the master of the universe, which might be oneself. That knowledge, if they got, they will not go or follow their partial vision. But ironically, they don't have any idea about Brahman, and they have a partial vision regarding Brahman, and they teach for their students regarding this partial view. And it is separate from Brahman for them. But for the knower of the truth, it is apratak bhavaha, non-separate from the reality. Prathak eva iti lakshitaha. Those who teach that the reality is in this form and it has a name, and that will be a separate entity from all other religions or for all other beliefs or caste, etc., etc. Even in India, there were disputes. Those who believe in Lord Shiva in the olden days, they don't see any value in Lord Vishnu. They don't see any value in Lord Brahma or Shakti or Ganesha, any other forms. Because their teacher, given the teachings that Lord Vishnu or Lord Shiva is the ultimate Lord of the creation, for them it is not Brahman, it is a separate entity, because their teacher told them this is the one and only deity behind the creation, behind the universe, and he is the savior and he is the protector. This form can be any one of the forms which we are believing in the contemporary world. And that is separate from everything. This is what prathak eva iti lakshitaha. The believers think that it is separate from all other beliefs. And one who knows that their entity which they believe is non-separate from Brahman. Like this, every schools of thoughts have their own entity as the creator. One who believes that this entity is the creator and all other are just, it's a belief, it's not true. They are misidentified followers regarding the reality. But the knower of the truth, one who knows properly, tattvena, as it is, tattvena, in truth, in real, as it is. One who knows as it is that Brahman is the creator or the base of the entire creation. Without any kind of hesitation, they will see the reality that Brahman is being misinterpreted by different schools of thoughts in different names and forms. And all these names and forms are identical to Brahman for the knower of the truth. For others, everything is separate or different each other. We will see the commentator's sentence. Very little sentences are there. Yetaihi pranadibihi atmanaha apratak bhavaihi pratak bhutaihi esha atma. With lot of different names and forms, this self is being misjudged, misidentified by different people of different schools, and they are having different vision and they are not connected each other. For them, what they believe is the only truth, and what others believe are just mere misunderstanding, because they don't know what is the reality. Everybody thinks that the same way. So, Rajjuhu iva sarpati vikalpana rupaihi prathak eveti lakshitaha. They are certain. Mudaihi ityartaha. Nishchitaha mudaihi ityartaha. Non-discriminative personalities are called mudaha by Sanskrit. One who don't have any discrimination regarding the reality and regarding the partial view. They don't have any understanding regarding the view. They just accept the partial view as the entity of the creation. Thus, they follow according to their knowledge without knowing the truth. But one who follows the reality that self or the Brahman is the ultimate cause or the base of entire creation, and all the names and forms which are partial view of others are not separate from this Brahman. They will see the reality, and they will see all the realities very discriminative way. Entire Veda is divided into two portions. We know that. First portion is called ritualistic portion, where the actions are emphasized in the form of prayers, in the form of rituals, in the form of meditations, in the form of different actions which will collect the punya, a hidden variable, a result which will give you more conducive situations in your life. And there are papa. If you do what is not suggested by the Vedas or go against the Vedas, then it will end up in grief and pain, our own life. So that knowing that actions are to be done according to the preference of Vedas. In which way, how should do this? In which way, how should avoid this? And the other portion is called the portion of knowledge. where the self is highlighted, where there is a systematic study regarding the person who approaches Vedas. Who is this person who is in the form of a human being? There the supreme knowledge is being enveloped. It is been unfolded. And they come to know that their truth is nothing but self, not the body. These are the sections, 2 sections of entire Vedas. That person will definitely know these 2 portions clearly. Actions are meant for limited results, while the knowledge is meant for unlimited results. Actions have a start and an end, while the knowledge has only start, there is no end. All these things he discriminate. The first portion is talking about something to be achieved through the action. Actions are mainly done by orally, mentally, and physically. And through orally, if you do some prayers, you will achieve certain things. By doing something physically, you will achieve certain things. Mentally, you do some prayers and you will achieve more than what you will achieve through oral actions. But one needs to involve in the action. Without action, there is no achievement. Knowing this, only limited results are being rewarded by any ritualistic action. There is no permanent result in the first portion. Everything will come once upon a time or in one time, and it will go in another time. I have to say, once upon a time I was like this. And right now I was like this. And all the actions are to be done in the proper way, which is preferred by the Vedas. In one step you are lacking, your result will be something other than what you are expecting. This is called the portion of ritual, where the actions are being achieved through the proper effort. A lot of other factors are so there in the Karma Kanda. We will look into that in the appropriate time. We already see the beginning of the text. So Karma Kanda give only limited results. Again, you are continuing as a same person to achieve through Karma Kanda. So Karma Kanda has a problem. It promotes the person's limitation and it will activate the person's inferiority complex. It will help you to achieve certain things through some meditations and prayers. But in reality, the achieved results are once upon a time, or it started in one time and it will end up in the another time. So there are a lot of limitations actually in the Karma Kanda. Now the portion of ritual. When I say Tattvena Veda, knowing as it is, even the Vedas you should know properly. The second portion of Vedas are called Jnana Kantam, portion of knowledge, where there is no effort. You need not to put any effort. Where there is no actions, only you need the maturity to be free from all kinds of actions coming towards you by knowledge. Nobody is interested in Vedanta or the ritualistic portion because of they want to give up certain karma. Karma is a product of ignorance. When the knowledge dispels ignorance, who is the pratiyogi of the ignorance, where is the point of actions? So here, in the portion of knowledge, knowledge is the only solution for a social being, for an individual being, or any another collective beings. No other permanent solution in the world. We already saw any other solution is impermanent. Any impermanent solution will again put you in this death and birth cycle. Temporary freedom is not desired by me. That is why I go to the unlimited happiness. By knowing the reality behind each and everything, that reality is being chose by me. Chose by me. Not chose by me. And I study under a traditional teacher in order to know and getting more clarity. And I came to know there is no other thing to be achieved through knowledge. Knowledge is only a handy instrument in discovering our own self-identity. When the self-identity is discovered, remember this word discovery is not something which you newly find out. Discovery is a word where you see the thing which was already in use or already existing. Thus, a person discover oneself that I am this Brahman, free from all kinds of names and forms and dualities, and I am the ultimate goal. There is no other thing to do or other thing to achieve in the world. So he don't have the pressure after getting into the world of samsara, sannyasa. Once he became sannyasa or she became sannyasa, nothing to be achieved. He don't have any pressure to become a good teacher or to become a good student or any one of this member. He is now completely understood regarding the reality of the world. So that he definitely see the separateness regarding the ultimate pursuit, what we call jnana kanta, and the secondary pursuit, what we call karma kanta. In the jnana kanta, there is a discovery about oneself. Once he discovers oneself, he wants to be free from all kinds of actions, so he will not involve in any kind of actions. Atma, the self, the Brahman is free from all kinds of actions because action is a product of ignorance. I am not happy. In order to make me happy, I need to drink a tea and some biscuits. I am not happy right now. In order to become happy, I need to be with my friend. I am not happy with the situation. I need to kill somebody. I am not happy with the situation. I need to influence somebody. All these things are the pressure to become, where there is no becoming. Vedanta Shastra or knowing one's own reality will put an end. Furthermore, nothing to do. Already nothing is to be done. The person who comes to know the reality in a different method, that they will put some errors or mistake in the mind of a mumukshu. A person, in order to want to be free, still he took sannyasa. So there is no substitutes in order to become grief or poor. So that the person is free from all kinds of misunderstanding. Kalpayet saha abhishankataha. Indeed, definitely, he came to know the division between the ritualistic portion and the portion of Vedanta. And he himself knows that I am the Brahman, or I am in the form of Brahman. Thus, there is a culmination for the actions. Actions are driven by the basic instinct which is born out of ignorance. Ignorance is the cause for all kinds of misunderstanding and misunderstoods. He take care of himself. This ignorance is being thrown out from his mind. Sattva Shuddhi, purification of mind, is one of the greatest achievement in one's own life. Even Lord Krishna says in his Vishwarupa Darshana, Tam Buddhiyogam Aham Dadhami. In order to come to know me, I bless him due to his special punya, Buddhiyogam. To see my presence in the entire world through different names and forms, I will give the blessings to this person. That is called Buddhi Yoga. That Buddhi Yogam will make the person to see the two portions of the Veda as it is. Karma Kanda, the portion of Vedas are not meant for me, but the people who are doing the Karma Kanda as it is will come to this destination called Aham Brahmasmi. I need not to put any pressure for them. This is the discovery of the person. And another side, the person see that himself is not the body. He himself see that this body is not meant for me. As long as the body continue, I need to help that body. Thus, everything he get the proper vision regarding everything. So he is the person, Mahatma or the Guru for the entire humanity in the upcoming. days. That person see properly the division of the Vedas. He don't have any confusion. Avishankataha. Vibhagataha. Here it is told like that. Vibhagataha. That means idam sarvam yat ayam atma. Iti shrutehe. Everything is nothing but Brahman. When the indiscriminative see everything is different from Brahman, but the discriminative see everything is identical, non-separate from Brahman, Vivekinam tu rajvamiva kalpitaha sarpadaya. For the discriminative, anything superimposed on a rope like a stream of water, snake or a stick, everything is identical to Brahman. Similarly, the knower of the truth see everything as Brahman. And Rajya sarpavad atmani kalpitam atmanam cha kevalam nirvikalpam yo veda. Tattvena. One who comes to know the base of entire superimpositions is nothing but this Brahman. And he came to know through the scriptures. Thus he will avishankataha. Vedartham vibhagataha kalpayadi iti arthaha. The entire Vedas are having two portions, and the second portion talks about the knowledge is the opposite of ignorance and karma. When you are equipped with knowledge, there will be no actions in you. When you are not equipped with the actions, there will be always, when you are not equipped with the knowledge, there will be actions. By seeing the action, you pre-assume that this person is ajnani, an ignorant, an indiscriminative. Pre-assumption is not independent. Arthapati. One of the means of knowledge in the empirical world. But when you come to the Vedas, pre-assumptions are not independent. Pre-assumption should be based on the Vedic sentences. Like, Atma akarta abhokta. The self is free from actions and free from enjoyership. This is a knowledge. One who knows oneself. I am free from actions. I am free from enjoyership. He will not or she will not involve in actions. There will be least actions, least enjoyership. But when a person involved in lot of actions, we pre-assume based on the sentence Atma, Akarta, Abhokta, that a person involving in different actions and enjoying all the actions is a indiscriminative one, aviveki, muda. Thus, Shruti-matas tarkanusamdhiyatam. May one pre-assume or do any analysis based upon the Shruti sentences. Not independently, you cannot take. Like somebody says, I don't see God with my eyes, so I don't believe in the God. This is an inference. Whatever you see in front of you with your eyes, you believe there is something right in front of you. Similarly, they infer Lord is an object. So I should see the Lord in a form so that I will believe. If not, I will believe in God. But Lord is defined in the Vedas arupaha, asparsham, agrahyam, agotram, avarnam, achakshushpanipadam. Shivam, atma chaturtam iti manyante, advaitam. These are the definition of the Creator in our Vedanta, in the scriptures. So when a person is not connected with the scriptures, that person with his empirical knowledge, he pre-assumes himself that Lord is in the form which we see inside the temple. Then he independently makes some sentences, I saw recently a politician making a sentence. I don't see God with my eyes, so that I don't believe in God. We can only say poor of him or poor of her, correct? The point is, whenever you involve in an argument with the valid means of knowledge, tarka, the logic should be always based on these sentences of the scriptures. Shruti tarkanusandhiyata. From that you can infer. Atma nityaha. An example. Atma is permanent. Self is permanent. Usually I believe I have a death and a birth. And I came to know from the scriptures, Atma is permanent. It is an permanent entity. Then I can assume based on these sentences, I am free from death and birth. My body has a birth so that it will have a death. But the one who is residing and all pervading everywhere is Atma self, and that is me. From that base of the sentences, I can pre-assume Janana Marana Rehitaha Aham. I am free from death and birth. We need to pre-assume from this sentence, Atma Nityaha, Ajaraha, Amaranaha, Amaraha. Those words are from our scriptures, and I come to know these words by studying under a traditional teacher. Based upon that, I can do Arthapati. I can preserve. In order to justify a fact, I make a statement. This is called presumption, correct? I see a sentence. In order to justify that, tally that sentence, I make a statement. This is called presumption or pre-assumption. Arthapatti. So I should always pre-assume according to the sentences based upon the scriptures, so that you are in the right track. Okay, which is a part of this verse. So that Tattvena, scriptures have two portions. One portion is ritualistic portion. Those sentences are made to work upon that and to achieve the goal. Sadhya Vishayam. You need to work and you need to achieve. There is another portion of knowledge, what we are studying, Vedanta or Upanishad. Jnana Kantam, another word. The first portion is called Karma Kantam, ritualistic portion. And another portion is called Jnana Kantam. What is the subject of Jnana Kandam? There you discover your intrinsic self by the teachings. When I intentionally say the word discover, it means that already something is existing and a person comes to know that I am this consciousness. This is called discovery. Knowing one's own real self. If something is already existing, I achieve myself by removing the ignorance of the existing thing. This is the only process to be done in the portion of knowledge. And we do this. Nothing else to do. There is an absence of action. No other actions involved in an accomplishing. An accomplished fact is discovered. Already a fact is there that I am a formless Brahman. I am formless Brahman. I am an entity, all pervading. And I came to know that I am this entity. That itself is the culmination of everything. Thus, a person comes to know there is no names and forms to be accomplished as a bhakta. There is no traveling to heaven. I am taking the sentences from the portion of actions. This is called discrimination. This is called the word tattvena. There is a word tattvena in the verse. Both sections are discriminated by the wise person studying under a proper traditional teacher, and he analyzes these sentences, and there is no connection between these sentences. What are told in the portion of action? It is only promoting one's own inferior status. What are the sentences highlighted in the portion of knowledge? It is talking about the truth. No actions involved other than discovering one's own self. Removal of the ignorance is the only process, and there is no action involved in the removal of ignorance. When the object is highlighted, the removal of the ignorance will automatically happens. So, based upon the accomplished fact, he see the ritualistic portion is not connected with me. There is no travel for me to heaven to enjoy the world, because I am already the ocean of happiness from the standpoint of reality. From the standpoint of a human body, we are not ocean of happiness. In fact, we are ocean of grief. Because body will have always some issues, or the connected people will make some issues. Even a mosquito will become a problem. Every day some problem will pop. From the standpoint of body, in order to enjoy these sense organs, you have to report towards actions for ritualistic portion. You have to go through the actions which are preferred in the portion of which are preferred in the portion of actions, karma kand, so that your body will be always happy. A lot of enjoyments you can achieve, but proper actions are there. You have, after you have to act upon it. But ironically, there is no actions involved in the portion of knowledge, what we are doing right now. The removal of the ignorance is not an action. If you say it is an action, it is just like darkness is the appearance of a hole. Hole is not darkness, because you don't see the length and depth of the hole. In a hole inside the ground, you see some darkness. Darkness is the hole. So that removal of the ignorance will happen, and the person is discriminative regarding the truth, regarding the names and forms, regarding everything. He is a wise, and he no actions involved in reaching the human destination except the teachings of the traditional teacher. Shravanam, listening properly with a total commitment towards him or her, and go through the topic what you have listened for a length of time again and again, mananam, and act upon it. This is only for the clarity or the removal of the ignorance. Everything will happen at once if you are prepared. Shravanam itself will be enough to take to the human destination. So that this is the meaning of the last sentence, that evam yo veda tattvena, one who know properly, vibhagataha, here it is told in the Veda, saha avishangataha vedartham vibhagataha kalpayadi iti arthaha. There, the vibhagataha meaning karma kandam and jnana kandam, both ritualistic actions and the portion of knowledge, both are being totally understood in a different way. And for them, everything is understood properly. Idam evam param vakyam, ataha anyaha param idi. Both sentences are different, and both belongs to different sections. like that because names and forms are being connected with the portion of actions in the Vedas. If you are committed for a name and form, that is for the achievement of something in your human life. I have 3 babies. They are 3 daughters. Now I need a baby who should be my son. So I pray in front of Jesus, in front of Muhammad, in front of Krishna. All are just names and forms, and achievements also names and forms, and we pray through a proper prayer which is preferred by the portion of actions. Any results connected with the human body can be achieved by approaching to the portion of actions. You do the proper ritual or proper prayer, you achieve that. That is why most of the people consider the Lord is having a form, or Lord is sitting in the heaven. Lord is in the cruise. For the sake of humanity, he is laying down in cruise. These are all partial views. And everybody, right from the beginning of the life, believe the Lord have a form. And it will be connected with the portion of actions. That is why this verse says that Tattvena Vedartham Vibhagataha Kalpayet. The portion of actions and the portion of knowledge have different goals. One is connected with the body sense complex. One is connected beyond the body, something is there and it is to be discovered. Here itself you are happy, no need to go anywhere. This is the meaning of the word tattvena, or discriminative. A wise will discriminate both, that names and forms are identical to Brahman, but my goal is not to get connected with the names and forms. My goal is connected with the limitless Brahman through the teachings. Then Avishankataha, he has no doubt and he don't hesitate to accept the reality which is himself or herself. I am the self who is all-pervading and who is free from death and birth and who is the creator of this entire universe. This is the meaning of this verse. We will go through the next verse in the next class. Om Swasti Prajabhya Paripalayandam Nyayena Margena Mahim Mahishaha Gobrahmanebhya Shupamastu Nityam Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu Kale Varshadu Parjanyah Prithvi Sasya Sharini Deshoyam Choparahitaha Brahmana Santu Nirbhayaha Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayaha Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhaved Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Purnamatav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.